Hello, fellow enjoyers of the AFL. It's Matt Z with another SUPERCOACH video. And this week, we did good. We did really good. So 2,563 was the score. Top 1%, ranked 228. The season rank has come up to the top 2%. We rose almost 5K ranks. I'm really happy with this week. We'll go straight into the team, right? And you know what? For a little bit of context, I'm going to jump to the history just to show the steady increase of the team. So, from 44, 51K, slowly making our way down to 3.8. So, feels good. I think the team's in a good position, heading forward. Not many weak positions on the field, which is nice. This week we had Dacos as captain. We left it right to the very end, so I was very nervous until the end of the week. But shout out to Dacos for actually going out there and punishing West Coast. That was great. Could have been more actually. He had he had a behind, and there was a couple balls that just slipped through his hands and a couple missed hand passes. But at 147, all forgiven. But the rest of the defense was also really solid. Sheasel with an 86 is concerning. We're getting used to 120s from him and 130s from him. The role change isn't good for him, for SUPERCOACH. McKercher took his role, got a 91, and he's injured. So maybe Sheasel goes back. Maybe Sheasel goes back for the time being that McKercher's out. And they haven't said how long McKercher's out for. Not ideal. Not the ideal situation for McKercher owners, but, he's been a good own, for the last couple of weeks. Sexton coming in clutch, 82 on return, whilst Will Graham was dropped. Midfield, all strong contributions, all 115 plus apart from Oliver, who traded in last week, and I'm still happy I traded him in last week. I think for 466, he's going to be just fine. 187 against Carlton, who's a good midfield. They play such a strong, contested, game for Clary to not, do that badly. It's just fine. The rucks. This is where I really won the round. I think Marshall 164 over a lot of people taking the sweet donut. English, Luke Jackson, he dominated. The only person who kind of came close, and especially because of the price, is Meek. So whoever the Meek owners, shout out to you guys. The forward line, Heaney, Flanders, solid. McRae, that's just fine. Hopefully, if he stays at that level, I'm happy. Wilson did well. We took that score. Reed, Fife, not so good, but that's fine. The trades that I'm looking at doing this week, they've sort of just been settled by the fact that McKercher's out. McKercher's not going to be leaving my team, but unfortunately, we're going to have to try to avoid the donut, and that means Graham, who might have some cash, potential, he has to go. The only way to do a trade in the defense right now is to go up, because there's no rookies, unless you go for a Riley Hardiman, or there's another one who I was thinking about. I was really thinking about it. Was Jackson Archer. I actually think his job security is solid. I think as a North supporter, he's been playing all right. He's getting defensive jobs. That's why his scores aren't very high. But shout out to Jacko, man. He's been, I feel like he's playing above his height and weight, because he looks like a tiny little kid, but he's not doing so bad. Anyway, that's not really SUPERCOACH relevant, but anyway, I was thinking about it. Probably not going to happen. To make the money to get an upgrade out of Will Graham, we're going to have to get rid of Harley Reid. I don't think he's a must trade, because he's obviously a good player, but the break even's high, and we've made 240K out of him, so you just have to appreciate the good things, and just when you need to, you just got to let it go. Will he come back into the team? Maybe. I'm not gonna, if he has 2 really good games, he has about 3 more games until his bye, or 4, 3 or 4 games before his bye. If he does really well, and he's a must get, I'll trade him back in, man. The forward line, there's still a couple spots available here. You could argue 3 spots available if you would want to trade out 5. There's a few spots available. Maybe he'll make his way back, but for now, it's goodbye. I'm looking at Revel, and of course, we're looking at Sullivan as the downgrade options. And I don't really know who I prefer, to be honest with you. I'm not really, convinced with either one of them's job security. Even though Lockie Sullivan, obviously, it's 275s, and one was as a sub with like 30 or 40% time on ground. Collingwood are going to have the Goey and and Tom Mitchell back. So that's, some CBAs gone. And then what's Sullivan's role at that point? Yeah, so I'm not really sure about him. I think he's a big sub risk. But anyway, look, let's just go with Revel for now. And see, he's a sub risk as well because his time on ground is so low. He doesn't have a tank, but he looks like a solid player. Whenever he gets the ball, he looks like he belongs out there. He doesn't, seem like a. You wouldn't expect him, to be, I think is he from Papua New Guinea, and he's, is he a rookie listed player? I don't know. He looks a lot, better than what you would think. Anyway, so looking at that, and then we have, unlimited basically money for a defender. Who is the most expensive defenders actually, out of curiosity? So it's Ryan and Dacos who I have, and then the rest we can afford. And I'm not sure who I'm going to get as my defender upgrade. I'm sort of narrowing it down to Houston, Martin, McGovern, maybe McGovern. Naz isn't the worst one either. Tom Stewart, Bailey Dale. There's a few options. And I'm not really sure which one I want. I was kind of keen on Hayden Young a bit earlier, but now that 65 just makes me a bit more nervous. A game that probably maybe I can't really judge him because the situation of Fremantle, but yeah. So I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm open to suggestions. So the thing with Nick Martin that sort of puts me off, because I think if there was any role concerns for him, I'll just bring him in. But the issue is they're yet to play Jordan Ridley, and that's kick-ins, right? That's definite kick-ins. Redmond takes kick-ins. McGrath takes kick-ins. They're all good kicks of the footy. So at what stage does Nick Martin lose that half back roll? I don't really know. I don't know. But anyway, Houston, his scores have sort of dropped off. I'm sort of just drawn to picking the old favorite Tom Stewart, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, and it saves me some cash. It leaves me 118 in the kitty. But yeah, I think it's gonna just largely based on. I'm gonna base this based on my buy round structure. So, if for example we bring in Tom Stewart and we go to his buy, which is the round 14 buy, it's a bit thin. So 1, 2, 3. Hopefully Makocha comes back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Maybe Jones 17. Maybe. I guess a few of these dudes will get traded out, like Closey and Sexton. But yeah, that's the buy that I'm kind of concerned with. And if you look at how many primos, have that buy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, it's not that bad. 6 isn't too bad. Primos to have out in one round. Yeah. Anyway, I'm looking at Stewart. At this stage, we're gonna just go with that. We're gonna go with Stewart. And how are we gonna set the rest of this team up? I think we're gonna be going between Garcia and Jones as a loophole. VC. I want to VC Orion against St Kilda, The only issue is then I probably can't do this loophole here. I'll probably just have to, just pick one of these two. Probably be Garcia because I think, I don't know. Anyway, I'll be picking between one of these two, or Revel. We'll see. But yeah, I'm thinking of VCing Ryan. And then, Gorn has West Coast, man. And a big break as well because they had the early game. They had the early game last week, Thursday, and then they're playing on a Sunday. So that's 9 days of rest for Gorn to just destroy Bailey Williams. So I think he's a pretty safe captain option. We're going to move over to Draftland, as we usually do. And this week was not so good. I had some stinkers. So Himmelberg, bad. I've just realized if McCurch is out, I can use him as a loophole. I can get another player. Okay. Anyway, there's an idea. Dawson's going to have to go. Sorry, Dawson, it's been real, but you're going to go. Brought in Mac Andrew. You'd be surprised that he was available in this league, but yeah, Mac Andrew comes in. I actually forgot to do my waivers, but he was still available. So I got him in, and I kind of went early on Sanders just because he had the 40 disposals in the VFL. And if he comes in, cool. If he doesn't, I'll just use him to loop Jordan and Finlayson. Can I do that? Finlayson and so Jordan. Yeah, we can do that for Finlayson. Sweet. So we look at what happened this week. So I versed Perry in round 9, and it was no good. It was no good. It's taking a while to load. Yeah, Perry beat me by 100. Shout out to the Dutch man, Perry. And this week we have MA Lakers, Matthew. This could be a close one. He has a good team. He's got Nick Dacos. He's got Crouch, who's in form. Tommy Green is a gun. Yeah, he's got a good team. Man, Wines is in form against Hawks. So, we'll see how that goes. He's got a few players out though. Poor bloke has Caleb Daniel, man, and Ridley. Jeez, so this team could get stronger. Anyway, that's what's going on in Draftland. Nothing too eventful, but we do need wins in Draftland. We do need wins because right now I think I'm 5th. Let's confirm that. Yeah, we are 5th. Fraben Mekrema is number 1. Dino dropped off from number 1. I think he's very upset about that. But now I'm looking for Dino's his finals position. I'm coming for you, Dino. But I just realized, look at this. 4th and 5th, both teams on 20 points. This is a big game. So anyway, I've got a bit MA Lakers. I'll finish it off there. Let me know what you think of my trades in Classic. Is Tom Stewart a good trading option? And let's bring the let's at least put the E on him, right? Let's at least make him the emergency. Is that a good trade? I just realized I can do the captain's loophole with McCurcher. Oh, lovely. What a silver lining there that McCurcher's out. Anyway, let me know what you think about my trades. At this stage, Stewart, maybe someone else. We'll see. Good luck with your trades this week. I think this is a really big week for trades. It's a key week. There's no real certainties. We've got to figure out who the top 6s are in each position, and it's getting harder. So anyway, good luck with that, and see you guys in the next one.
And West Coast put it into the hot spot, into the 50, and Harley Reid, oh my, soaring from the heavens. If you're wondering if the hype was real, here's your proof.